guys, Tez here and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be sharing how much money I spend in a typical week. Now I apologise in advance, but I'm filming this on bonfire night, which means there's going to be occasional fireworks, and unfortunately there's nothing I can do about that. I'm not going to explain. There's fireworks outside, I'm inside because it's cold, and even though Guy Fawkes was onto something, I'm not about to get called for the parliament, so I'm just going to stay inside and be warm and film this video for you. So before we get started, don't forget to grab your cup of tea to have with Tez and let's jump right in. So I'm going to start on a Friday because I don't work Fridays and it just feels like a nice place to start. So usually on Fridays I top up my fuel, and that is because I like to do all my errands on my day off on a Friday because then I still have Saturday and Sunday to enjoy. So I topped up my fuel and that was £46. Usually £46 lasts me between a week and a half to two, depending on whether I make any long trips. By long trips I mean anything that takes more than half an hour, such as the other side of Leeds, or if I go visit someone in Manchester, blah blah blah. So the next thing I had to pay for was my inhalers, and that was £9.35, and I was having to pay for them because in Leeds they've changed the asthma guidelines, the local ones at least. So before I was on Symbicort for both reliever or rescue now and preventer, but now I've been changed to Foster, so that was another £9.35 I had to pay. Because it was Friday and I'm just living my life, I went out, and that involved £6.19 for the Uber to get to my friend's house for the pre-drinks, and my friend lives in town, so we pretty much walked from his place to the club. When we got to the club it was £7 to get in. For pre-drinks I took a bottle that I already had from before, so I don't feel like that counts because it's money I've already spent, so it's already been accounted for in another week. So I took a bottle of gin and that was what I had. And when I was in the club I didn't buy any drinks because I had had enough to drink and I had a busy day tomorrow, so I didn't want to get too drunk and then not be able to go to work tomorrow. Afterwards I think my Uber home was £11 because of the surge. Annoying, you know what Uber is like. And on the way home I got McDonald's and that was £9.99. I think I got some chicken selects as a meal and some mozzarella dips. Now I'm a flexitarian, which means I don't usually eat meat. I definitely don't eat it at home. However, when I go out and I drink, I feel like that's a whole new me. So whatever happens when I'm drunk doesn't really matter to me because it's not really me. So when I eat chicken and I'm drunk or hungover, I feel like it doesn't count, which is why I got the chicken selects and whatever. So for lunch that day at work, I really wasn't feeling it. I forgot to pack a lunch because I hadn't even had enough sleep, and luckily one of my friends at work felt sorry for me and treated me to a KFC. Again, I felt like because I'd already had chicken a few hours early, it didn't really matter, so I could have chicken. So I think I had like a wing meal or something like that, and that was really good. After work my friend came around for dinner because I was supposed to cook dinner, but because I was hanging a little bit from the night before we ended up ordering Chinese, and because it was my treat as I was supposed to have cooked, that ended up being £23.60 for the both of us, which I think is pretty good. In terms of drinks, I think we just had some gin that I already had in the house, so I didn't have to pay for that, so that was a saving. Moving on to Sunday, so I went to church, and after church the sun was shining, doing its thing, my skin was glowing, and I just, do you know when you just feel like you want to live life? So I went to Cafe Nero, treated myself to a mango boost or whatever they're called, and it was £3 and a penny because I have student discount on my card. And I was meant to be meeting my friend for lunch, so while I waited for her to finish church because she doesn't go to church in the city centre, I then went to Waterstones because I feel like I haven't been around physical and new books in ages. When I went there I was like, I'm not meant to be buying books, but I really wanted to buy a book, so I bought a book about Catholicism. So I'm a Catholic and I just feel like you can never know enough about your faith, so I feel like it doesn't really count because it's a book about religion, which is going to bring me closer to God, and really that's not a bad thing. That book was £15.40. And then my friend came and then we went to Wetherspoons for lunch, and I think I got fish and chips and a cider, and that came up to £10.80 altogether for my meal. So after lunch I had to nip into Wilko's to buy some stuff for life, and that worked out to be about £5.80. And whilst I was in Wilko, one of my other friends was like, oh, do you want to grab dinner? And I was like, do you know what, why not? Because at this point it was like 4 p.m, which means all the shops were shut and I had no food at home, so I had to eat, so I said yes. Luckily my two friends live close to town, so I didn't have to wait for long for them to come. And then we went for Thai food, and I think I got like rice and something else, which again I don't remember. I don't think I ate that much because I was actually still really full from the fish and chips I had, so I think I might have packed it for later, and that ended up being £9.85. And then afterwards we didn't want to go home, we just wanted to chill for a bit longer, so we went to Turtle Bay and got 2-for-1 cocktails each, and that was £8.80. And now because I spent all day in town on Sunday, which I don't normally do, my parking ended up being £5.60. I think usually it's about £2 or £3 maybe, but ended up being double because I stayed for ages. So Monday morning I woke up not feeling too well. I had the worst sore throat, and I don't know if it's because of the new inhaler, because obviously the steroid might be hitting the back of my throat because I'm not doing it right, and I'm a pharmacist, I'm supposed to know how. Or I saw my friend on Friday who had a really bad cold, so it could have been from them, or maybe I had COVID, I don't know. So when I got to work I went to the adjoining pharmacy, which is a Lloyd, and I bought some lozenges to help with my throat, and I think that was £1.89. Now because I didn't know whether it was my bad inhaler technique, I then had to get a spacer from my surgery, and when that came that was another £9.35 because the NHS will charge you for every single thing, unless you don't work. So Monday, because I wasn't feeling too well, I just went straight home, and I had the leftover from the Thai place the day before. And on Tuesday after work I went to Aldi and I got my food shop for the week, and I think that was £18.50. And I also ended up getting some Lemsip because again I didn't know what was going on, and that was £11 and a penny or something. So I didn't spend any money on Wednesday because I had everything I needed at home. And on Thursday, because I felt like I'd had such a rough week with my throat, having to talk to patients, and I just felt unwell. Oh, and another thing, I'd had my booster jab the Wednesday before, so I didn't know whether it was the jab making me sick, or the inhaler, or a cold, or just whatever. And then on Thursday I decided to treat myself to a Costa because I felt that I'd had a rough week and I'd made it through, so I bought myself a chai latte, and that was £3.35. So that is how I spent my week. I think to see how much I actually spent, we need to invite the Holy Spirit into this space. So if you join me, we're just going to Holy Spirit activate, Holy Spirit activate,
Holy Spirit activate, activate, activate. All right, let's go.
So the total was £216.28, give or take a few pennies. I use calculators to do maths, not very good at that, so yeah, might not be accurate, which I think is not good for me because my circumstances have changed, so I should be spending less money because I have more responsibilities. And whilst I aim to spend about £800 a month, that also includes stuff for the house, and if I'm spending £200 and none of that was for stuff for the house, none of that was to save in case an emergency happens, so I feel like that is not a good week. But unfortunately that is a typical week because I'm very much a treat yourself girl, because I feel like my mum didn't give birth for me to suffer, okay? Like she did her thing, so I feel like I need to honour her by enjoying my life, okay? Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or video suggestions. Don't forget to tap that like button so the video reaches more people. Subscribe if you haven't already because it really helps me out, and until next time, bye for now.